busting my balls, Billy, okay?
I can already tell that I don't like you.
Fuck you, bust on my ball.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
It might be your first ball job.
Yeah, of course.
How long did it take for the guy to come?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Bustin' Balls. I'm your host, Eric Pennell. OW20 is my squirt. I do man shit, and this is a 100% white-owned podcast. Guys, I want to start off with talking a little bit of sports because there's a lot of interesting stuff going on right now with with sports. People are starting to speak up, and it's also interesting some topics out there. I want to talk Canelo Alvarez first. I want to talk this guy.
Get the fuck out of here because I'm gonna fuck you out right now, motherfucker.
I want to talk this guy, man. This guy. This guy's interested, man. He's one of the best fighters out right now. I tend to not give Canelo his props because, I don't know. I feel like, I'm older now. I'm one of those guys that always, I guess maybe I'm nostalgic and I've lived a little and I've seen better fighters and stuff like that. But all honesty, I guess the guy is he's a decent fighter and he's better than most. It's just, I don't know, dude. When you see Mexican fighters, you expect, you have high standards. And I know this guy has a high standard. It's just, I guess my Mexican fighter standards are much higher than what he is. And, but he has a fight coming up, man. And these guys are jawing at each other. And, this is like a week old podcast or a week old video, that I'm about to play, but, it's getting interesting,
You think that's funny?
A little bit.
Yeah.
So it looks like Canelo's fighting this guy named Plant. I guess Caleb Plant. And this Caleb Plant guy seems like he likes to talk some shit. This fight's coming up in November 6th, if everything goes down.
Laughing. You keep laughing, motherfucker, because you know when you're going to find out real soon. And you know when you're going to find out the same time everybody else found out. And you know when that was? You know when they found out? When it was too late. That's when they found out. And that's exactly when you're going to find out. Mark my words. You bitch. And you a bitch too. You know the only difference between you and him?
Another boxer
He's a
a
fat
bitch.
ass bitch and you a bitch. What the fuck you gonna do? Fuck you. And you a drug cheat.
Ooh, he called him
And
a
you
drug cheat.
So tell me something. Oscar Valdez can pop positive for something and not get suspended for 6 months, but he can pop positive for something and get suspended
Don't
for
make
6 months.
excuses.
Yeah, so anyways, these guys are talking shit. They got into a little slap fight on the weigh-in also, man. And this Caleb fucking Plant got it. Canelo's so fast, dude. He fucking came in with the little left slap or something like that and fucked up his eye. He already fucked up his eye, man. People don't realize, man, and I don't realize it either, but dude, these boxers, dude, that's why when people always talk shit about professional boxers, how it's like, I'll get in the ring with them. They will fuck you up. They will fuck you up. They're fucking... This is fun to them. Dude, every time I watch like MMA and it's like a real fucking slobber knocker where it's like, everybody gets bloody, like that fucking fight, the last UFC with Brian Ortega in that fucking, whatever his fucking name is, in Verlasky or whatever. Dude, those guys were beating the shit out, and they're beating the shit out of each other. And at the end of it, they hug each other because it's a sport and stuff, and that's just a game, I guess, and they got good character. But my God, they're fucking signing up for that because they like doing it and they're fucking good at it. When I watch that shit, I go, dude, there's no amount of money. I don't care if I was training. I don't got it in me where I want to fucking, well, I don't know, whatever. I guess it was a different person. But dude, who the fuck wants to make money that way? Some people want to make money that way. So when people always talk shit like, oh, fuck them up, it's like, you ain't fucking shit up. I want to, here's that. Yeah, man, that was a fucking good fight. That Brian Ortega and, Volkanovski or whatever, that was some good shit, dude. That was a great fight.
Like I said, I was trying to come for his head, but, a little bastard's tough as hell, man. I wrapped onto that neck. I tried to squeeze it. Trust me, guys. I tried to finish him. I heard him gargling, and he slipped out, and I was like, all right, this guy, he's a champ for a reason. Nothing but love to him, nothing respect. I know we talked our shit, but it was whatever.
But it's whatever, man. It's respect, dude. And I'll tell you, another fight that night was a piece of shit. Was Nick Diaz versus fucking Robbie Lawler. First of all, Nick Diaz had no business fighting anymore, if that's what he's bringing to the table. You know, and I know like Joe Rogan, you know, there's clips going around from his podcast that he was saying that that fight was set up 6 weeks out. Whatever, I guess it's 6 weeks. But Nick Diaz, if that's what it is, bud, you should just hang it up, pal, and just live off the legend. He shouldn't even came out because it was like, oh, shit. You know, plus it's a young guy sport. Nick Diaz is like 39 years old, and Robbie Lawler is like 38, I think. And it just, you know, and first of all, something's up with Nick Diaz. Like, I don't know if you guys follow UFC a little bit or you've seen clips around. The dude's either, and I know people go, he's high. And it's like, man, I got high all fucking half my life. And I get dumb guy high shit. Okay, I understand, you know, when you smoke weed and you're just like dumb guy shit because you're stoned or whatever like that. This motherfucker looks like he's either on heroin or some kind of fucking pill, like a painkiller pill or something like that. Because if you'd have seen all his interviews, or he's already going punch drunk. If you've seen all his interviews before that, and then you see him in the ring, listen to what this motherfucker said after he got his ass whipped.
I'm glad at least I put on a show. I knew I had it coming. Oh, Rob. Yeah, I had a lot of stress coming into this one, you know, especially being off a long time. I'm glad at least I put on a show. I knew I had it coming.
Although Nick Diaz has been gone for 6 years. Okay, he has been gone for 6 years. He is 39 years old. I mean, look, I get it, you know, but dude, if you've seen that fight, that was ridiculous. And then here's Robbie Lawler after the fight also.
Is there any disappointment that it ended that way? I mean, or is it, you know, happy that you kind of made it quit, basically?
No, it's he's a warrior. I mean, that was a rough fight. He was standing right there in the pocket. I throw hard shots, and he was taking them, and it was a lot of damage. Like when you go back and watch the fight, it was a war, a 3-round war, and.
Yeah, and Robbie Lawler's being fucking nice. That is clearly he's being a nice guy. And the fucking sad news is during that UFC weekend, it's not even sad. It's like, who gives a fuck, you know? But Jon Jones got arrested while he was in Vegas as he was getting inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame.
He was arrested around 5:45 a.m. here in Las Vegas at a resort on the Las Vegas Strip in Flamingo Road, and Jon Jones is still currently in custody. His bail is set at $8,000. Some of the new things that we know now, one of the charges is the injury or a tampering with the vehicle. That is actually a felony charge, which is actually a larger charge than the misdemeanor domestic battery that he's also facing. He is due in Las Vegas Justice Court on Saturday at 1:30 p.m., and we should be finding out more things about the whole situation and the scenario at that time.
Notable incidences in Jones's career before today. 2014, tested positive for cocaine. A year later, he was charged with felony hit and run in a different incident. 2016, suspended for a failed drug test, and 2 years later, his revoked license was upheld due to another failed drug test. Then in March of 2020, he was arrested for alleged aggravated DWI, negligent use of a firearm.
The dude is just wild, man. And I get it. He's a fucking cage fighter. I guess that's what happens when you're a fucking cage fighter and you're one of the greatest of all time in that sport. And that's what happens. And then, but it is sad in a way because I don't know, man. I mean, I guess you expect like your celebrities and your fighters and like the champions to be, you know, like Captain fucking America. But in reality, they're human. And they're gonna be fucking human. They're gonna do what humans do. And the wild guy off the fight when he's not fighting, you know, that's probably what makes him a great fighter. It's part of the ingredients, you know. And this is what Dana White had to say.
It's hard to bring this guy to Las Vegas for any reason. The city is not good for Jon Jones, and here we are again.
What was your reaction when you first got the news that there had been another incident?
It's like it's not even shocking anymore. It's when we bring him here, it's almost expected. You know, you can't even get him in Las Vegas for less than 12 hours to induct him into the Hall of Fame. It's a problem. You know, this guy's got a lot of demons, man.
Boom, and there you go, You know, and dude, that's just the way it is. And yeah, he could go to therapy and he could grow up and stuff, but sometimes you can't get those fucking demons out of you. It just doesn't go down that way, man. And best of luck to this fucking dude, man. I don't know. I don't see it, you know. You know, a lot of things that I've noticed, even with me and the wildness in me, age sometimes takes that out of you. Some guys it doesn't. You still have some like old motherfuckers that are just wild. And but age took the fucking wildness out of me. And You know, you've been there, done that. You don't want to fucking do it no more. You don't, you know, some shit's old. Some shit's you just did it so many fucking years or whatever it is. And then you also wise up where you start to, you're like, I look stupid. You know, like some things you're just like, you know what? I don't like looking stupid. You know, you know, you got a couple kids, you know, you got a fucking wife, you got loved ones and stuff. You don't want to disappoint people. And also you just, dude, a lot of the shit that I cleaned up in my act, it was mainly for me. It ain't for others. I'm better than that. You know what I'm saying? Like you start to learn that. And also you gotta play keep away. You gotta play keep away from things that are not good for you. You know, like if you're like a cheater, if you like pussy a lot, don't keep women, and you're in a committed relationship, like a marriage or something like that. Don't keep women around you, okay? Because most likely you're going to eventually start touching on it. You know, if you know you're a drug guy or an alcohol guy, stay the fuck away from it. Don't be in fucking circles of it. And it sucks. So you got to drop friends off or something like that, and you can't hang with anymore. But it's like, look, it's for the better good, you know, of yourself, you know, and stuff like this. And then also you just got to know yourself, man. And then also, you know, occasionally you're going to step in shit and you're going to fuck up your life a little bit where you go, I shouldn't have done that. Of course, everybody has that. But you know, hey, look, man, you know what sucks about Jon Jones is, you know, or one thing is he keeps fucking up, but then they keep rewarding him because he's such a great athlete and he's such a draw and he's such a moneymaker that they keep going back to him. Now, if they would have fucking, you know, did it once or twice where he fucks up and they go, hey, we'll do it another time. You fuck up. We don't want you. But no, they just keep going back. They keep going back to it. Another thing I want to talk about is how these mandatory vaccines are affecting different industries. I mean, I don't know if you've seen this, but New York State are letting it go of a lot of fucking medical industry people. And then they're also, as they're letting them go, they're bringing in National Guard to fill their position temporarily. So it's like, oh, we're getting rid of regular citizens that pay for their family and their single life and their kids possibly. And we're going to fire you because you won't fucking do a mandatory jab. And then we're going to bring in the military. Yeah, that sounds real fucking, you know, on the up and up. You know, that sounds like a real smart decision. And one industry it's also affecting is the NBA a little bit. It's been headlines that there's some NBA. I guess the NBA has 90% of people in the NBA are vaccinated, and there's only like 40-something that are not vaccinated. And the 40 that are not vaccinated, they're putting the spotlight on them and trying to shame them in a way. Well, a few of them are actually speaking up, and a few of them actually have a decent name, like Bradley Beal here. Listen to Bradley Beal talking at press conference with all these reporters trying to grill him.
And this world's going to make their own decision for themselves. I would like an explanation to, you know, people with vaccines. Why are they still getting COVID?
Boom.
If that's something that we are supposed to highly be protected from. Like, it's funny that, it reduces your chances of going to the hospital. It doesn't eliminate anybody from getting COVID, right? So is everybody in here vaxxed? I would assume, right? So you all can still get COVID, right?
Yep. People still die from COVID to have the vaccine.
You can still get COVID. Right. So, and you can still pass it along with the vax, right? I'm just asking the question.
Oh, for sure. And so, like, having COVID back around the Olympics, like, that basically just saying, like, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but did having it change your opinion one way or another? Like, did it kind of reemphasize, I don't need the vaccine because of that?
No, that wasn't the case. I mean, yeah, I had it, but that doesn't mean I can't get it again, you know?
That's right.
It's no different than somebody with the vaccine. Like, I developed the antibodies for it, so.
Oh, don't talk about the antibodies.
Be less likely now as well, right? But it's still a possibility I may get it. Just like there are players and coaches and staff who are vaxxed and missing camp right now because of it, so.
Boom. And there you go, dude. So guys like him, they're talking about him on the morning shows, and you know, it's like not team player, and he might not be able to play certain games and in certain cities because they have regulations, and it's like, fuck you, okay? Dude, people that are vaccinated are still getting sick. So what's the problem? People that are still vaccinated can still pass on the fucking viruses. So what's the problem? What are we talking about here? So now you got the vaccination, you got the little fucking card that, and first of all, dude, I know somebody that went and got the vaccine, the first jab like 2 weeks ago, right? Less than 2 weeks ago. when they were done, they asked for the insurance card. And this person goes, I thought this was paid free for the government. And they go, yeah, but basically at the end of the day that they're still billing her, their fucking insurance, which they pay for the insurance every month. So it's not free. It's all bullshit. Listen what NBA player Andrew Wiggins also said in a press conference.
Of uncertainty surrounding starter Andrew Wiggins. He's refused to get a COVID vaccination, and the NBA has denied his request for a religious exemption. The ruling means
denied him for a
under
religious
current health
exemption.
city orders, he is ineligible to play home games.
What's the reason?
First of all, why even have a religious exemption if you're gonna they're gonna deny it? First of all, how can you prove your love for God? Like, how do you prove that? How do you prove that? Like, seriously. It's ridiculous.
For not just explaining what you believe. This is none of your business. That's what it comes down to.
You stand to lose a lot of money.
And it's my problem, not yours.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm just going to keep fighting for what I believe, and whether it's one thing or another, get the vaccination or not get the vaccination.
So it's basically sell out for the money, like everybody else is doing, because they have to pay for their fucking family, and you can't blame them, for the decision. Like federal workers and everybody else, that like companies and stuff that are basically bending you over and jamming that fucking needle up your asshole, and but they're basically saying you're losing out on a bunch of money. So it's like sell out for your beliefs, for your fucking money.
Who knows? I'm just gonna, keep fighting for what I believe, and what I believe is right.
And it's so funny how also like people like this that are that don't go with the crowd and they're actually speaking up. They have a lot to lose. This guy's a fucking NBA player. This guy makes millions of dollars a year. I guarantee. I don't know what he makes, but I don't have to look it up. But I bet he makes $4 million a year, and he's jeopardizing that $4 million a year. And I know people go, well, it's not like he's broke. Yeah, of course, he's got a little bit of fuck you money. I'm sure he's got good fuck you money. But the fact that this is what they're doing, they're bending you over, and you must take it. And if you get out of line, they want to scratch your fucking face off. Listen what this fucking asshole for Moderna, the CEO, is saying, and this shows you how long they're trying to kick this thing down the road.
Moderna CEO said this week that the pandemic is on course to be over in about a year. Do you agree with that?
I agree. The Moderna CEO said that. First of all, look, I follow stocks on the down low. Dude, I looked up Moderna's stock in March of 2020, right when COVID was fucking rearing up on us and here in America. Dude, it was a $32 stock. The other day when I looked at Moderna, because it jumped on my radar, that I seen it on a fucking watch list, it was $411. Tell me these fuck faces haven't made nothing but all kinds of money. First of all, Pfizer, this is a Pfizer CEO that's about to answer. These guys made $7 billion in the first quarter. $7 billion. It's estimated they're going to make like $37 to $40 billion this year. And of course they want to kick this thing down the road for 5 years.
Within a year, I think we will be able to come back to normal life. I don't think that this means that variants will not be continue coming, and I don't think that this means that we should be able to live our lives without having vaccinations, basically.
Without having vaccinations, meaning his product. I don't think you guys can live without his product moving forward in the future. So, they're just basically doing their best to make sure that they keep making billions of dollars, and they're putting mystery shit into your fucking body. Before I get out of here, I want to talk about how Dog the Bounty Hunter is hunting down this guy that killed that fucking Gabby girl. The white girl that everybody was fucking like, oh, they only talk about white girls. Dude, it will make my fucking year if Dog the Bounty Hunter finds this fucking little killer fuck, allegedly, before the FBI. That would be the best fucking thing, dude. People hate on Dog the Bounty Hunter, man. This guy's been fucking hunting douchebag fucking piece of shits for like 30, 40 years. And here's him on a morning show.
Check out the Appalachian Trail. Why is that?
Well, the leads, yes, have said that. And the reason is because he spent a couple months there in the past, and he is an outdoorsman. So he's got T-shirts on his social media with the mountains. He's got pictures. He's been there before. So he's very young. He's not an experienced criminal. He'll do what he should do. He can't stay and shoplift and stay in cheap motels or rob people like a lot of people that I chase. this kid is an outdoorsman, so I think he went to, again, where he's comfortable, to the outdoors.
So he's not at, you don't think he's at that Carlton Reserve down in the western portion of Florida, do you?
Well, I'm not sure. The only way that everyone thought he was there was a picture on a deer cam.
Yeah.
And I sent that picture to my people, and they said, dog, that's not him.
Yeah. So that would make my fucking year if Dog the Bounty Hunter fucking would find this guy before. And dude, it wouldn't surprise me. I just wish his old wife Beth was there to call his neighbors ice head and shit like that. Man, that was the best. Dude, I tell you what, Dog the Bounty Hunter, I used to love that show, and I fucking love Billy the Exterminator. That was my two shits. Billy the Exterminator and Dog the Bounty Hunter, man. Guys, thank you so much for listening. This is Bustin' Balls Podcast. Look, I'm on most platforms, but not really. If you would share my podcast, I appreciate it. I tell you what, man, I already went through another delete in social media. Not my profiles, but I just deleted off my phone. I just deleted fucking YouTube off my phone today. I deleted fucking Facebook off my phone today, and or the other day. I'm just done with it, man. They're just it's nothing but fucking communist fucking bullshit. Fucking I'm not contributing to it. I mean, the very very bare minimum, because I do a fucking podcast, and that's about all I want to use it for. But if you would share my podcast, I appreciate it. If not, I totally understand it. Hope everything's going well with you. Hope you're getting money. Hope everybody in your family's healthy. Hope the kids are doing well. And guys, hope you're grabbing ass and putting tits in your mouth. Bustin' Balls Podcast. OW20 is my squirt, and this is 100% White Owned Podcast. Thanks, guys.